Triple H confirms Roman Reigns will end the Bloodline Saga on the WWE RAW Netflix premiere. The best and worst of WWE SmackDown, Chelsea Green's booking need changes, Braun Strowman with Bray Wyatt and Brody Lee's kids after WWE SmackDown went off the air, Jade Cargill's huge angle has lost steam, why Cody Rhodes returned before Randy Orton. The WWE issues a serious statement on Kevin Owens after he attacked Nick Aldis, The Rock angry with Triple H's booking. Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE SmackDown. The first SmackDown after the Christmas holiday left a lot to be desired. The matches had predictable endings, and a lot of the same rhetoric was used across the board. Michael Cole continued to call Kevin Owens delusional at every turn, even when it wasn't related to the current match. He also randomly said the same about Drew McIntyre on Raw, even though McIntyre didn't appear. Pretty Deadly and Apollo Crews both claimed to have witnessed who attacked the Street Profits weeks ago. It's been so long with so many backstage attacks that it's hard to keep track. Crews informed Ford and Dawkins that DIY was responsible. WWE really dropped the ball on the last Friday of the year. Here's the best and worst of the final episode of SmackDown of 2024. Number 1. Best and worst. Treading water in the SmackDown Tag Team division. Aldis gave DIY one chance to admit they attacked the Street Profits a few weeks back, but they denied it. He then brought in Pretty Deadly, who claimed they saw what happened. It's baffling that Kit Wilson and Elton Prince aren't used more other than in backstage segments. Before pointing the finger at Gargano and Ciampa, they uttered Garza. That led to a good match between the Profits and Los Garza of Legado del Fantasma. Both teams always deliver in the ring. However, it's nothing new for either duo. The Profits predictably won and will get another title shot soon. They received 4 title shots on SmackDown in 2024. Legado seemingly has no credibility. B-Fab also kicked Elektra Lopez when she saved her teammate. She didn't touch Ford or Dawkins. Number 2. Worst. A messy opening segment match. Bianca Belair and Naomi say they care about who attacked Jade Cargill, but there haven't been any developments in over a month. They immediately blamed the same 3 people, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae, before their match. The faces came out to Belair's music, but Stratton entered alone, followed by Jax and LeRae. Jax pointed the finger at Belair as the attacker since she's done fine without Cargill. It's nice to see some consistency and logic from heels. The match itself was mostly a mess with a few botches and time-wasting spots that killed the flow. The ref didn't count when 2 members of the same team were in the ring at the same time. Having the faces win was predictable due to the continued tension between Tiffy and Jax LeRae. Jax blamed last week's loss on Miss Money in the Bank, and Stratton almost cashed in. The heels have little credibility. Number 3. Best and worst. Carmelo Hayes hangs with a beloved veteran. Carmelo Hayes may talk himself into a lot of big matches, but he delivers every time. He's kept up in 2 contests with Cody Rhodes and did so again when Sami Zayn popped up on SmackDown after the new Bloodline attacked him on Raw. The match was great, but the post-match beatdown was entirely telegraphed and predictable. Since he came to SmackDown and the group hadn't appeared, it wasn't a surprise when Solo Sikoa led the troops to blindside Zayn. It was also disappointing for Hayes to have another messy ending to a bout. Braun Strowman grabbed Hayes when he tried to leave. The interesting part was the monster of all monsters trying to save Zayn from a 3-on-1 attack. Fans salivated when he stood across the ring from Jacob Fatu, but he ultimately fell to the Bloodline. Number 4. Worst. Squashing the future. Braun Strowman essentially squashed both Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes in the past month. He lost to Hayes last week via countout after beating him in about 4 minutes the week before. Winning via countout doesn't do much to help Hayes advance. It makes sense for the brash young upstarts to learn some lessons. People like seeing arrogant young stars face reality sometimes. It's hard for them to move up in the division on SmackDown and be taken seriously when they consistently get squashed. Number 5. Best. Chelsea Green's celebration on SmackDown. The highlight of the night outside of in-ring action was Chelsea Green's United States Championship celebration. Fans knew it would be great when looking at the ring. It was adorned with American flags, and Piper Niven stood behind a lectern in a green dress and a mink scarf. Green came out dressed as Lady Liberty, and her promo was hilarious. She claimed to be the most glamorous champion and one that WWE needed. The champ claimed 2025 would be red, white, and green, before insulting the person she beat for the gold, Michin. Michin then came out to almost no reaction until she started swinging her kendo stick. Number 6. Best and worst. Kevin Owens gets a ladder match. At the Royal Rumble, Nick Aldis opened SmackDown by giving Kevin Owens an ultimatum: return the Winged Eagle title belt or face consequences. It was weird that he seemed more concerned with getting back a prop title instead of doling out repercussions. He said the title means a lot to many people, which is understandable, but it's not an active championship. It felt more like he was trying to reclaim the gift Triple H bestowed upon Rhodes ahead of his match at Saturday night's main event. The final segment saw Owens agree to hand it over as long as it was to Rhodes. He also wanted a fair rematch due to the messy finish in their last meeting. Aldis then threatened the prize fighter with termination unless he relinquished the belt. The American Nightmare emerged after getting pile-driven a few weeks ago. They agreed to a ladder match at the Royal Rumble before Owens shoved Rhodes into SmackDown's GM. He also stomped on the undisputed WWE champion a few times, with the Aldis kneeling beside the champion. Chelsea Green's booking need changes. Former WWE manager Dutch Mantell feels Chelsea Green has the potential to be a major star for the company. The 33-year-old is the current Women's United States champion. Green was on the blue brand for her Women's United States title celebration. She called SmackDown the Greenhouse and thanked herself for being her biggest supporter. However, the festivities were cut short as Micken showed up with a kendo stick and attacked Chelsea and Piper Niven. This week on Smack Talk, Dutch Mantell described Chelsea Green as a versatile star. He felt WWE could use her in different storylines now that the fans have started cheering for her. The wrestling veteran said she was doing well and would be very successful as the Women's United States champion. I think she's a good champion. I think there's a lot of different ways she can go. You can beat the hell out of her and people will feel sorry for her. Then, bring her back and turn her heel again. A lot of things you could do with her. I would make her a little bit of a classic different type heel. She's almost there. People want to cheer her, they just can't, the veteran said. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were visibly distraught after the attack from Micken. The latter warned the star, claiming that they would not take this lightly and there would be retribution. Braun Strowman with Bray Wyatt and Brodie Lee's kids after WWE SmackDown went off the air. WWE superstar Braun Strowman has been one of Friday Night SmackDown's latest acquisitions after the transfer window kicked off some time back. The former Universal Champion competed in a match with Austin Theory this week on the show and also went against the Bloodline. However, the talking point remained on what happened after the show went off the air as Strowman shared a very special moment. The 41-year-old was in the ring with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn with Jey's theme song playing in the background. Braun Strowman invited Bray Wyatt's kid, Nash, and Brodie Lee's children, Nolan and Brody, into the ring to yeet with them. With the WWE Universe and Amalie Arena cheering them on, Strowman encouraged the kids to live in the moment and vibe with everyone. It was truly a heartfelt moment as everyone, including the 3 children, joined the yeeting and filled the arena with yeet chants and gestures to Jey Uso's theme song. Braun Strowman shares a very deep relationship with the late great Bray Wyatt and Brodie Lee. Apart from being former members of the Wyatt family, their friendship undoubtedly went beyond the wrestling ring. The monster among all monsters often does heartfelt gestures to commemorate their legacies, and last night was one of them. It was truly a special moment, one that would be etched in the memories of those who witnessed it live in the Amalie Arena in Tampa after the live action of SmackDown ended. Braun Strowman is one of those superstars who is very active on social media, regardless of what's going on. The 41-year-old took to social media to address the special segment he had with Bray Wyatt and Brodie Lee's kids in the ring post-SmackDown last night. Strowman shared the same video on his X handle and expressed his gratitude for getting to live that moment and be a part of it. He wrote, "This right here is everything. Family forever." The former Universal Champion implied that the moment he got to share with Nash, Nolan, and Brody was very close to his heart. Braun Strowman's words convey his elation and happiness, and why would it not? It also indicated how close his bond was with Bray Wyatt and Brodie Lee, and how much he respects his former brothers. He is indeed an inseparable part of their family and lives. It will be interesting to see how Strowman's storyline progresses on SmackDown from here on. Jade Cargill's huge angle has lost steam. Former WWE manager Dutch Mantell recently spoke about Jade Cargill being out of action. The star has been off TV for the last few weeks. Jade was brutally attacked on the November 22nd episode of The Blue Brand. Belair accompanied her in an ambulance and the star has not been seen ever since. The EST, however, is on a quest to find out who attacked her tag partner. On the latest episode of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Mantell explained that nobody cared about the attacker anymore. He felt it has been weeks since the brutal attack on Jade Cargill and the fans are losing interest. The wrestling veteran was okay with WWE dragging on the angle, but felt it was high time there was some payoff. "I think at this time nobody gives a CR who attacked her. I think they said, who did it? Okay, nobody, let's go. I don't see them rioting at Titan Towers about who attacked her. Nobody gives a CR. It's been 5 weeks, right? Or 4 weeks? 5 weeks, nobody cares. I'm a believer in dragging stuff out, but by God, go and do it if you're really gonna do it. Is she hurt?" This week on SmackDown, WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax threw some heavy accusations at Bianca Belair, calling her responsible for the attack on her partner. Belair had the last laugh as her team defeated Nia, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae in a 6-woman tag team match. It will be interesting to see who is revealed as Jade Cargill's mystery attacker in the coming months. Why Cody Rhodes returned before Randy Orton. Randy Orton is presently on hiatus from WWE. The Viper's last appearance in the Stamford-based promotion saw him being overpowered by Kevin Owens. Following this, WWE declared that Orton had suffered a cervical injury due to the attack. As of now, there is no specified timeline for the return of the Legend Killer. However, it's noteworthy that this injury storyline is part of the narrative. In real life, the Apex Predator is currently on vacation with his family, so it seems that Randy is taking a break from the company to spend some quality time. Regarding his WWE return, Orton is envisioned to make his comeback to the Stamford-based promotion around the Royal Rumble 2025. In a recent episode of WWE SmackDown, Cody Rhodes mentioned the name of the Viper. This occurred when the American Nightmare confronted Kevin Owens and spoke about how Owens destroyed his mentor, the Viper. Cody stated that he wanted revenge for what happened. The rationale behind Rhodes returning before Randy Orton, despite being attacked with a package piledriver by the Viper, is that Orton is currently spending time with his family. For those who may not know, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens will clash in a ladder match at Royal Rumble 2025, with the undisputed title dangling above the ring. This makes it more likely that Orton could make his return at the upcoming Premium Live event. Many fans believe the Viper could return as a villain and potentially betray Cody Rhodes to set up a title match against him. Overall, fans of the veteran will only need to wait about one more month to see Randy Orton back on television. WWE RAW's Netflix debut show will air on January 6th, 2025. The WWE Universe is already thrilled and excited about this special event, as legendary names are set to appear. Now, the question arises, will Randy Orton make his appearance at this event? As of now, reports have disclosed that WWE is not currently discussing the Legend Killer's appearance at RAW Netflix's debut show. This seemingly confirms that Randy Orton's fans may be disappointed on January 6th, 2025, as the Apex Predator is unlikely to appear. Despite this, Raw's Netflix debut will indeed be one of the biggest additions of the Red brand in recent times. The WWE issues a serious statement on Kevin Owens after he attacked Nick Aldis. Kevin Owens attacked Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes on this week's SmackDown, which prompted an angry response from WWE. KO was confirmed to face the American Nightmare in a ladder match at the upcoming Royal Rumble 2025. Owens and Cody's feud escalated after the former brutalized the latter after their match at Saturday night's main event. If this wasn't enough, Kevin Owens even stole Cody Rhodes' winged eagle version of the Universal Championship. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis even gave Owens an ultimatum to show up on this week's show and return the title or else face the consequences of his choices. KO obliged and had a face-off with Cody in the closing segment of SmackDown, where a ladder match between them for Royal Rumble 2025 was confirmed. However, he then pulled off another cheap tactic as he pushed Aldis into Cody and then proceeded to unleash another beatdown on the undisputed WWE champion. WWE shared the clip of Owens' actions from the Friday night show and termed him a menace. Alongside that, they also shared an unflattering caption. At this point, we should have expected nothing less from Kevin Owens' SMH SmackDown, read WWE's caption. It's safe to say KO is doing some of his best heel work in years as an anti-establishment figure who has wreaked havoc on SmackDown. This has even led to chatter about WWE potentially rewarding him for his phenomenal work by having him dethrone Cody Rhodes as the undisputed WWE champion. Regardless of who's chosen to go over at Royal Rumble 2025, fans can expect nothing less than an edge-of-the-seat ladder match between KO and Cody. Moreover, plenty of outside shenanigans can also come into play due to the stipulation. One name many would surely keep an eye out for is Randy Orton, as he was taken out by Kevin Owens a few weeks ago on SmackDown. The Viper returning to help Cody Rhodes retain his title could generate a thunderous pop. The Rock angry with Triple H's booking. WWE legend. The Rock wasn't thrilled with a superstar getting squashed by Triple H on an episode of Raw. Former WWE superstar Maven revealed in a new video that the Great One pulled him aside and voiced his displeasure over him getting squashed. Maven worked for WWE back in the early 2000s. He was mostly restricted to the mid-card on Raw. On the road to WrestleMania 19 in 2003, Maven took on Triple H on an episode of Raw and was squashed in a matter of minutes. In a new video on his YouTube channel, Maven Huffman revealed that The Rock talked to him after the match and stated that he wasn't happy with him getting squashed by the game. Following this match, The Rock would actually pull me aside and just voice his displeasure, tell me he didn't just appreciate the way I was jobbed out, the fact that I was squashed. and he said, "You know, the business has to be done a different way." He didn't like the way Hunter just pretty much used me. The Brahma Bull then told Maven that the two of them would do something together when he made his way back to WWE. Unfortunately, nothing ever came of it. Dwayne Johnson beat Stone Cold at WrestleMania Night 9, lost to Goldberg at Backlash 2003, and went on a brief hiatus from WWE. He finally came back on the road to WrestleMania 20 and kicked off a feud with Evolution. He teamed up with Mick Foley in a 3-on-2 handicap match against Evolution at Mania, which the duo lost. He would then leave again and make his WWE return 7 long years later. Triple H confirms Roman Reigns will end the Bloodline Saga on the WWE RAW Netflix premiere. The Bloodline Saga is one of the most thrilling storylines currently in the Stamford-based promotion. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are all set to engage in tribal combat on the season premiere episode of Raw on Netflix. However, it appears this storyline could soon conclude, most likely on January 6, 2025. Since the Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief match was announced, Solo Sikoa and his heel stable have been targeting the members of the OG Bloodline. Sikoa and his faction took out the Usos on the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, and during tonight's SmackDown, they punished Sami Zayn. During the recent episode of SmackDown, Solo Sikoa and his Bloodline launched an attack on Sami Zayn while Braun Strowman was taking out Carmelo Hayes. During the entire chaotic segment, Triple H hinted at the potential new challenge for Solo Sikoa's heel stable. In a shocking twist, the monster of all monsters chose to aid Zayn against the heel stable and had an intense brawl with the members of the group. He even shoulder-tackled the self-proclaimed tribal chief before he was outnumbered and taken out. Hence, some feel that this could be considered a major hint that the Bloodline Saga may end soon, and Sikoa and Roman Reigns might move forward with different storylines in the future. Roman Reigns is one of the leading stars of WWE, and he has been heavily advertised for Raw's premiere episode on Netflix. Also, his match against Solo Sikoa is expected by many to be the main event of the show. Reportedly, the original tribal chief is all set to stay on the red brand moving forward into the important year. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa is most likely to continue his journey on the blue brand, as he has replaced Roman Reigns on the newly released SmackDown promotional poster. Roman Reigns, alongside his OG Bloodline, secured a significant win over Solo Sikoa and his heel stable at Survivor Series, War Games 2024. After his historic triumph, WWE finally booked the original tribal chief in a singles match against Solo Sikoa on the premiere of Raw's move to Netflix. During his call-out video package, Roman hinted at the grand finale of the Bloodline Saga. He expressed that both bloodlines have secured major wins over one another, and that now it's time for a fair fight between the chief, and this tribal combat match would crown the rightful tribal chief. The entire promo felt as if the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion had been hinting at the grand finale of this storyline. Additionally, some recent reports have even indicated that Reigns might face CM Punk at WrestleMania 41, which is another sign that the family storyline is likely to conclude in January when Roman regains his Ula Fala. However, all these angles are purely speculative currently. The WWE Universe will have to wait and see what plans the Triple H-led creative team has in store for the Bloodline Saga in the coming months.